Welcome back, Mango 3. I'm here. We're going to continue trying to finish up the Sumeru puzzles. So we'll get on started on that. It sounded like the game's already open. There we go. Alrighty. Let me switch this.
Of us were eating together.
I don't recall being obligated to report my whereabouts to you.
Did you go find another hidey hole to read in? You need to change your ways, you know. You can't survive on books alone.
Surviving on meals paid for by you would be harder still.
You? Whatever. It doesn't take a genius to guess what you've been up to. You were investigating Sachin, weren't you? It was obvious from your notes. However, I don't believe his research alone would have been enough to pique your interest. His way of doing things is disturbing, while you... Well, to be fair, your philosophy disgusts me too, but you and Sachin are nothing alike. I don't imagine your views intersect at all. Egoism and nihilism are not the same thing.
My personal interests aside, Sachin's legacy is not entirely meaningless. He conducted experiments on a great scale and left his findings behind.
Cats are not sleeping right now, as you can see. They just had breakfast.
But I'm actually just passing through. I didn't come here for the conversation. Well, not this one at least.
You got a tracking camera that just follows.
What topic of conversation could be more sacred among scholars than the exploration of differing philosophies?
Well, based on what I've learned, Sachin and his disturbing way of doing things, as you put it, is very likely to have met your father 20 years ago.
What did you say? Wait, so... No. Surely that doesn't mean... Huh. So that's why you thought I looked familiar. My father must have gone into the desert due to his influence.
I'm afraid so.
Good thing I shattered that diadem. From now on, nothing like that will ever have to happen again.
The boundaries of knowledge are ever expanding. Someone else will inevitably pick up the same line of research one day, and Vahumana regards it as a reasonable research direction.
Oh, not this again. Even if you're right and people are bound to fall into the same intellectual traps, things won't necessarily go the same way again next time. You have to admit that the actions of one individual don't always predict the behavior of the group, and vice versa. Take Sachin, for instance. He's quite an anomaly.
And so is the one who stopped him. You. Conflicts of this nature are indeed exceptional, but it will occur again in the future. You said it yourself. The actions of one individual cannot predict the behavior of a whole group. You know that not everyone would have chosen as you did.
Even so, I stand by my views. You can forget about trying to convince me.
That's fine. We've been arguing over this for years, and I don't hold any hope of you understanding. The issue we're debating has long since moved on from who's right and who's wrong.
Thanks for letting me know all this.
What?
I said, thanks for letting me know. Hey! Stop acting like you didn't hear me! You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
They say that earnest thanks should be given thrice, so... one more time, please.
I'm not gonna read all this, so I'll just try it and see what happens. It says follow the animal's behavior. Okay. Be like an animal. Small jump, big jump. Got it. Small jump, small jump. Ah, missed one. Oh, I missed another one. It's okay. Still get 3 stars. This is like the easiest puzzle ever. Forward charge at the right time. That's all you gotta do. When do you do it? Rhythm point. So there's some kind of a sound thing. Kind of goes along with the music. From the drums. Plank standing. Perfect. If I say try again, does that send me to a different one? Probably not. Alright, let's go for the third one. Leap from the water. Try to match the other people's duration. was on a roll. Well, I'll take it. 3 for 3. Next one's probably right here. Something about crafting, potions. Explore the domain. Defeat them within the time limit. Resist maximum of 2 negative effects. Oh. It's a domain where you like choose pluses and minuses. Must be a location. I wish it would tell you where it is. Probably. Go to challenge. Teleport. Hey, that's faster. Teleportation. Wish it would just automatically teleport you there. Skip all this nonsense and trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Alright, my negatives will be... You can have all that. Pluses will be... Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I don't really care. Okay, let's go. Sure, why not? Ooh, I missed. That was fast. Less than a minute. No idea how many points I got. We'll see it later. The best reward is showing up. Showing up is most of the reward. Alright, defense. Do I want to double that? No. I don't mind cryos. I've got him. Pyro damage bonuses. Sure. Lunging gets a bonus. I like using both of those. Okay.
Retribution! Disappear! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Boring! Here! Dance?
That was even faster. 47 seconds. All these just do with healing. I never heal.
You are not welcome here. Time to go to work. Lament!
Care for a dance? Dance with me!
Retribution!
Happy to oblige.
Law of the jungle! Spring forth!
Care for a dance?
Yes!
2 left. And poof, they're gone. 41, even the fastest. Oh, normal and hard give extra bonus points. That's why you get the bonus. I see. I thought it was a little easy. Okay. Project Connectivity, Antiquity Hunt, and Concocted Reactor. Or let's do Project Connectivity. An awfully weird stairway to get up here. Climb this wall. Sure. No wonder there's nobody else here. Lay down bridges. Got it. Bring it on. This is like setting up my map. This is like decorating around my house. Or my teapot. Alright, so I'm there and I have to get to there. Let's go to the house. How do you do vertical movement? They show a picture of a dot. That's not even a button. What is that? I kind of want to know what that vertical movement is. I think it's important. It's not that. It's not that. What button is that? Vertical movement. I'm going to turn off my I don't know what button that is. I'm just going to cancel. Oops. I'm going to see if I can switch to a keyboard. Maybe that button is a little bit more obvious. Okay, now it says up and down. Up and down? What do you mean up and down? Oh, you click on that and then it changes. That's weird. Okay. We'll work a little lower. There. Confirm. Now we need something over here. There, confirm. And we need something over here. Get to there. Then we need something over here. It's hard to tell whether up is down, but let's just try it. Bad jump. Fair one. There we go. Let's see if this works. I think we're going to be okay. Indeed, we are. Yeah. Got one. Now this one, I took a bad jump. Can I start from that same spot? I'm probably not going to start from the beginning. Okay, good. There we go. Better jump. Just make it. I don't know. Maybe I need to put an island there. Speaking of islands, let's get rid of this. Let's do it. Bad job. Downfalls of using a keyboard. It's a little slow in the button pushing. Just like that. Starting at the beginning, that's rude. Whoever created this one, a little jerk. Did it again. Jump. Gotta jump. Spacebar is like sticky or something. No. Falling off the building. Okay, no stickiness. There we go. Here's that island. Oh, put it too high. Just started lower. Not quite. Bad jump. Oh, I made it. There we go. There's my island. Almost there. One more. I think we're gonna make it. Please make it, please make it. Yes, we did. Success. That looks like a good spot. How do I reach that? Maybe. Put an island over here. Put another one over here just for kicks. Confirm, save, and let's try it. One down. is a hard one. Probably a little too high. So close, but no. Alright, let's try. Still 3 stars. Oh, so close. A little too low. Try. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. Hey, we did it. Oh no, that's not it. We need to get to that rock. Nope. What can we do? We can put another thingy on that side, I guess. Why does it zoom in over there? I want to zoom in over here. What the heck? This camera is all messed up. E and Q, huh? That doesn't work right at all. Let's try this. Bad jump. This one. Yay! Yay! Come on, jump a little higher. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Can't say okay. Can you say cancel? Just bumping into the rock. Oh, That in between needs to be a tiny bit higher. Success. These islands are great. Continue modifying. Why would, why would somebody want to do that? Maybe if they didn't get all the stars. Or they were just like to be architects. Varied heights. Alright, so I think what we want to do is go to this one, then go to that one, and then we can kind of go down to the other one. Or we could jump forward to here and grab that one. I bet this one, from here, you could probably reach 2 of those. Yeah, let's just build that thing over here. Let's put this island and make the island. I'm gonna go from here to there, to there, to there. And then we have to choose a high one. What's that thing? Oh, yeah. Gold mine here. I bet you we can go to that one and jump down and glide to the next thing. I feel like I found a cheat code or something. Hey, who needs that block? That was a pointless block. No, the way. Oh, so close. The 2 highest ones need a bridge. Hard to judge where that is. 3. There's my bridge. 4. And then the 5th one's the easiest one. Success. That was the easiest one of all. Fastest anyway. Okay, who we got next? Antiquity Hunt. All we got is Antiquity Hunt. Okay, let's start with this one. And there's still another side quest we can try. Alright, so for this one we gotta talk to somebody. Oh, this guy. Archaeology, relics. Doesn't sound too hard because I didn't read it. Alright, archaeological hunt. So we're looking for a lake with a little thingy down here and a little thingy up here. And then we use these compasses and they tell us where it is. And we'll fight stuff. Okay. Let's see if we can find that lake with the little thingy in. Do they have a name? Aha, it's over here by the mountain. Davantaka Mountain, I just found it. Alright, I have to use the little compass if I don't have that equipped. Of course not. No, I don't.
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you
It
next
says you
time.
go to the area and hit Z. 1%, so I need to go far away from this area. Still 1%. Okay. Must be down in the water. I'm looking high up. Probably use vertical distance against you too. Or it counts against you. $73, so we must be close. 51, so 73 is closer. We have another stretch. 65, so this one's a little closer. Oops. Hit that Windows button right there by the Z. Ah, we have to buzz this up. Okay. $77. 67. 80. Getting close. So I'd have to wait till it gets to 90, right? Oh! I put it right on it. Sweet. Then we have to do it again, and they say it's over here now. I kind of zoomed in on it. I like it. 52. 59. 66. 59. 83, I think we're close.
retribution!
38, okay. And 90, okay. Right here on the edge. Success. I wonder what these little containers are. Just like relics. Alright, where's the next one? Dal Shifa. A lake with a little thing in the middle. That should be easy. That would be right there. Seventy. Eight, we're getting close. And we found it. That was quick. Found it. Alright, where's the last one? Last one is Dune of Illusion. Oh, I think that's a place. There's like a safe point. There it is. Success, we're cruising. Start at 59. 52. 68. 77. 84, 39, 97. Need to get rid of this guy. I don't have any water to get rid of that. Oh, wind. Does wind help with that? No, we don't have water. Okay. Well. We don't need you, healer.
This is how.
Okay. Interference cleared. Now everything changed to 1%.
Happy to apply. Fate is upon you.
Scatter! Terminate!
Interference cleared. Did that pick it up? Oh, the numbers were all thrown off. I see. Success. Alright, Antiquity Hunt conclusion, and then that thing.
Listen, as long as you stick to your own path, it doesn't matter.
Found them all? Here you go. Marvelous, you have a knack for this. Here's a gift. Archaeology is dry. If we fail to dig anything up, it happens. Omni Director. Small gift, compass. More aesthetics in mind than practicality. Okay, for the house. For the teapot. Alright, this one's about to expire. Let's try this one. Who are you guys? Is this something you need? No. That incident from 20 years ago. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have told anyone. Last time I had too much to drink and blabbered a little too much. Now people are seeking me out. Since you're curious, I guess I'll tell you. I was 6-year-old 20 years ago. Can't remember clearly what happened, but recently I read the diary I kept as a child. I vaguely recalled the situation back then. The championship was held that year, 3 rounds, but my mom refused, I snuck out. She refused, I snuck out. Ended up being lost outside. Middle of nowhere, no one around, frightened, cried, saw strange creatures, stopped crying at the sight of them, at the sight of the strange creatures. They must be the Aranara. He took me into the competition. Unfortunately, by the time I got there, it was too late, already over. Disheartened, saw one of the strange creatures slowly dragging a crown along. Beautiful crown, shining, couldn't help but follow it. Followed tree, kept disappearing. Touched the crown, cries my mother, distant cries. Figured I was lost, neighbors looking for me. Never got to touch it. When I was older, diadem of knowledge. Realized it was the same thing. Do you remember where it ended up? Yeah, it was crushed. You ever found anything dream as a child? Let's look for it. I thought we already found it. Hole in the tree. Hole in the tree. Completely empty, but there's nothing in it. Wait, there's a note. The good Nara taught us how to read. Must respect the good Nara. What's that supposed to mean? Ask Dory for information. Dory is way over here. Well, it isn't you guys. I have the latest update. Would you like to hear it? How much? It's free. Isn't Lord Sagna Bay generous? Remember Sachin? Guy who sponsored the extravaganza? Paimon heard the prize money in the diadem came from him. Bingo! In fact, not long ago I was doing business in the desert. I met an old businessman. And guess what I got from him? A dealer's ledger. With it, I can avoid dangerous areas in the desert and go to more places. Of course, the most important thing is that the ledger mentions Sachin. It turned out that Sachin had been to the desert to investigate the people's local conditions and customs. He also had cordial exchanges with the traveling merchants in the desert. Much of the text is lost, but this is a first-hand account of the big sponsor behind the Academia Extravaganza. Would you like a look? Alright, let's have a look. Terrifying animals, big storm. Got it. Hard to understand. What's it mean? It'll cost you an extra $1 million. Forget it. Since you're not playing, it'll be special news. Give you a hint. Should be someone who's been there a lot to these. Perhaps you could talk to them. Someone on the menu. Oh, that's a lot of work. Alas, seeing young children can't help but reminisce about the past. The championship has always been a stage for young talent. Not every genius can successful eternally. Why do you say that? Geniuses are mostly stubborn and cold. Find it hard to understand the pain of others. What? Empathetic people, on the other hand, often fall into self-doubt and depression. People who are not firm and only stand tall still, while people are determined but walk down the wrong path, refuse to look back. There's a lot to think about there. Alright, somebody else. For this year's championship, my favorite has to be Sino. Aside from his skills at the General Mahamatra, looking back at the tournament's history, the Darshan has the highest percentage of champions. Many people say the Darshan produces new talented people: Cyrus, Urzika, Lisa, Sino. Prior to the talent, the sooner the game will lose its suspense. The most exciting competition was still 20 years ago. At the time, my friend also participated in the game. I went there to cheer for him. The last round was played in a vigil forest. In the end, no one dared to approach them, and no one knew what was going on in the depths of the forest. I heard Academia shut down the competition. Later, the championship was removed many of the events to which people fought to the death, discouraging people from being desperate enough to do so. What is your friend like? Let me think. He's honest and kind. He's also vulnerable and sensitive. Most of all, he cares about us. When we drink together, our time is filled with laughter and cheer. It's just too bad that it's all in the past now. Among the friends we drank with, some died, some disappeared, some now live in seclusion. They say fate is fickle. Perhaps it's true. Looks like something did happen 20 years ago. Right. Didn't Wickus tell us to seek him out if we have any questions? Now that we have time, why don't we ask him? Not exactly where I thought you were standing, but not far. That incident from 20 years ago? Well, why the sudden question? Do you hear any particular information? We've heard that the diadem seems to have been lost 20 years ago, and some contestant's personality has changed. You seem to know a lot about that. Wake us, is there something you're not telling us? Not exactly. I was 5 years old when it happened. How could I know? But there are things I never told anyone. I'm actually a part of this extravaganza's planning committee because of the influence of a senior colleague. That senior colleague and I met on a trip. He was a bit timid and would always flee and cower somewhere in sign of an emergency. One day, 4 years ago, I said to him, I want to go back to the academia. The academia is about to begin. And then, upon mentioning the extravaganza, he got startled and said it has nothing to do with him. I said goodbye to him, but he insisted on getting a drink with me. After several drinks, he started talking all sorts of nonsense. I also had too many. My drunken stupor, I didn't really hear him that well. I only remember that he said that he lost the diadem of knowledge for a while. He was in charge of the distribution and recovery of the diadem of knowledge, and he nearly had a heart attack upon realizing it was missing. Fortunately, he found it in a tree hole, like the one we saw before. He said the diadem of knowledge is a very valuable treasure, which is recorded in ancient books. Legend has it is built by a famous craftsman in ancient times and carries a secret that no one knows. Sachin had entrusted the academia to safeguard the diadem after all. If my senior was responsible for the diadem's disappearance, he could not afford to pay for it with his meager wealth. So if the loss was temporary, no one knew of it. No one should know of it, lest the academia found him guilty of gross negligence. So he covered it up? Yes, it seems that he also said that many people came to inquire about it, including children, but he said that the diadem had never been lost. But he was so scared that the things would blow over, he quit his job and left academia. I drank too much that night, and I woke up the next day, he was gone. The more I thought about it, the more I had a bad feeling that issues would crop up in the academia if entrusted to someone like him. I didn't have a job at the time, so I joined the extravaganza planning committee. I tried to investigate things on the inside too, but I couldn't find anything. And the diadem was found, and the man who personally was said to have changed is dead, and nothing to be found. 20 years later is a long time, long enough for people involved in the beginning no longer remember or care. That's all I know. If you're curious, keep investigating. Maybe one day you'll discover the truth. Easy for you to say. We don't have much to go on. Do you have any more information, like where the senior colleague went? I haven't heard from him. Later, I went out into the desert to look for him, but in the vast desert, it was impossible to run into him. To make up for it, I have some information on Sachi. Would you like to hear it? Sure, tell us. When I was traveling, I did so with an error of my commander. While we were chatting, he said he came to possession of an article written by the academia researcher. He seemed to think it was something precious and refused to show it to anyone, so to let me peek at it at my request. I only got a glimpse of it, but I saw that it was signed by Sachin. I didn't know who Sachin was, nor did I care, but after joining the planning committee, I found out that it was an important member of the Darshan who sponsored the event. If you're interested, you can find the commander in the desert valley of Dar. Information read Sachin, let's go look. What do you want? Whoa, this guy looks fierce. Either say your piece or leave. I have no time for you. Actually, we heard you have a Sachin article on you, and we were wondering if we could have a look. Are you kidding me? No, why would you ask? It seems like you guys really don't know. Some time ago I had the article appraised. Turns out it's nothing more than a personal travel journal and of little value. I hired my father to keep it safe. That Sachin fellow would often walk, ask, write, or tremble. There was one time his papers were blown away by the wind. He said it was no big deal. My father, however, thought that things written by intellectuals must be valuable, so he looked around for them at night with a torch. None among my family could read. My father cherished this article and then passed it on to me. I had no idea it was completely worthless. Sounds unfortunate, but do you still have it? Yes, you want to have a look? You can look at as much as you want, since it's not worth anything. There's no need for me to be so stingy. Once the gods reigned supreme, all life flocked to them like sheep seeking shepherds, and suffered so and so in silence. Now divine powers dwindled while human wisdom blossomed. However, those who suffer suffer still. Saying in leeway, life is like lodging in an inn. In Inazuma, all things are but void. It hurts every time I read those words. I tried to seek the reason for this. The wheel of time turns, and only constant through Sumeru's history is human nature. Since arriving in the desert, I've conducted a total of 64 experiments over the course of 7 years. He's just rambling. These are all just like random thoughts. Men are like prisoners or captured animals, feeding on each other's happiness until one is doomed to eternal torment. Ouch. Therefore, while there is gain, there must be loss. Where there is happiness, there is agony. Where there is a victim, but everyone is also a perpetrator. Greed and numbness reside in the heart of humanity. Driven by greed, humans choose to commit evil, and numbness is why they turn a blind eye toward the evil of others. But if it is what the world is, what is then the meaning of the world? The future is to the present as the present is to the past. Peace was never an option. Conflict is the eternal truth. Everything from my knowledge, my wisdom, to my life is nothingness. That is unclear notes for sure. So this article that he wrote, to be honest, Paimon can't make much sense of it. But judging from the crummy handwriting, Paimon can't say why. Paimon has a feeling he was going through a tough time. Well, we're done reading. Thank you very much. Well, welcome. Not worth any money. I'm going to keep it anyway. After my father entrusted it to me, I'm seeing again. Look at it. Ask her for more information. He's always going back to Dory. I'm glad she camps out right by me away from him. It's time yet again for an information sale from Lord Sanganamud Bay. Would you like to purchase the latest reports? Let me see, this information isn't that important, it'll go for $500,000 more. It's half the usual price, what a bargain. Mind giving it to me for free? Whoa, you want to bring down to zero Mora? Just as I suspected. But I am the great Lord Sanganamud Bay. Well, since you're so interested, I'll tell you for free, but you must keep it to yourselves. I heard that 20 years ago there was a contestant whose personality suddenly changed after taking part in the competition. Well, it looks like someone saw him in Aru village. I wonder where he ended up. It's all the information you're getting for free. If you want to hear more, 2 million Mora. Thanks for the patronage. What a ripoff. I can go to Aru village ourselves and ask around. I feel like we're going in circles now. There's someone down below, huh? 20 years ago, a young man did appear here, but then life was much harder than it is now. Poverty, disease, ignorance, they tormented us constantly. That young man, clearly from the academy of a bright future, was nevertheless willing to come here and help us. He taught us how to deal with weednut and monsters. He bought us a lot of medicine with money in his own pocket and took care of the ill all by himself. Sounds like a great guy. Yeah, too bad the good died young. He was always frowning, and no one knew what he was worried about. Everyone was wondering if he was going to leave us. This place did not have the means to properly host him. Still, many said he was a bit crazy to begin with. For example, he would sometimes tell children a story about how, as a child, he taught a strange creature to write. Later, he would often leave the village and explore the desert. Once I asked him what he was looking for, and he said he wanted to look for someone from the Nagger something group. Later on, I heard he died in the quicksand. It is said that he encountered a caravan trapped in quicksand on his way to investigate something. He saved many people, but he himself was unable to get out in time. At that time, there was still a half-finished letter addressed to his child at home. After he died, my son took the letter with him, thinking about delivering it someday. Is that unfinished letter still here? No, it's not here. To live a better life, my son became a mercenary. He was killed in a scuffle a few years ago, and his belongings were taken. Many years have passed in the blink of an eye. I wonder how this child turned out, and if they hold a grudge against him. But not many people know these things anymore. I'm getting old. Perhaps I'll forget these things soon. Is that the pretty sure that's alright. I think we gathered up all the rewards. Let's see what the new spell we got for Farzan. Da, 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 da. We already have her, so we get converted to extra stuff. Let's see what her new spell is. I can see if we can do any wishes quite yet. Got a couple of new characters we like. There she is. She's gonna level up. No, we want custom. Fire off maximum 2 hurricane arrows. Aha, we can't afford. Alright, should we go for Baizu? I know he's new and unique, but we already have a 5-star Dendro. We really need a 5-star Ice. So even though this is really tempting as far as a new character, and I want to do that, I'm going to go for Ganyu. Let's get 9 more of these suckers. Eight more in here. Alright, cross our fingers. I think we have a roughly 20% chance. Just a guess, I don't really know. Oh, yes, gold! Gold, gold, gold! Can we get her? Can we get her? Oh, we got a 4-star, Kave. Still waiting on the 5-star. Could it be Ganyu? It is! Yes! We got a 5-star Ice character. Oh man, that's awesome. Yes, 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 yes. So worth it. 2 new characters. Alright. Alright, we need 10 more to be able to try for the other one. When does it expire? Oh, 11 days. If we get lucky next weekend, we'd have to get a lot of these though. I'll try to do some dailies or something to try to earn those throughout the week. Maybe we'll be able to catch up. If I'm lucky, cross my fingers. Alright, just to double check, are there any more special? This is not a temporary quest. I'm going to skip that. We did all the temporaries. There's also another event, Recollector's Path, but you have to finish Splendorous Sky that day, which is in a place that I've never been to. Kind of tempted to explore there. Why don't we... I'm going to take this and go north and see if we can unlock that. It'll be the last event for the day, and then I'm going to run. This is all new areas that came up with. Oh. A lot to discuss. Let's set up camp here first. Is it blocking me? Now that our bellies are full, what other excuses do you have? Let's hear them. What did you slip to talk to Gaul earlier? You better not be thinking of using the merchants to send messages to the enemy. Turzai, you're being too hostile. No one's going to talk to you if you act like that. It's just a note to some trivial matters. It's with the luggage that you won't be able to take with you. You can have it once we return safely. You can be hostile all you want. I'm angry too. Forget Turzai. Even I've never heard of my father's past. I refuse to believe he's an evil person, but it's his secretiveness that caused all of this. None of this would have happened if he told us everything from the beginning. Ugh. Now I don't know where to start. Maybe we should start with a relationship with Sumeru. Exactly. I can't sleep in peace without going to getting to the bottom of it. After all, you heard Sumeru, right? Yes? Well, he was telling the truth. Just like him, I was a member of the Eremite band named Thutmose. However, I betrayed him and Thutmose both. Did you do it because of Mother? No, it's not that. I thought I'd never have to mention this to anyone ever again. In the end, it was all my fault. There were ill feelings between me and Sumeru, but I only regarded myself as an insignificant grain of sand. Did as Thutmose needed me. Ufera was a capable researcher, and Thutmose coveted her wisdom. They hoped to use her knowledge to solve the puzzle Olimar left behind. So I invited her to the desert and explored many ruins with her. Our years spent exploring together did bear some fruit, but it wasn't enough for Thutmose. And was Jet included in those results? Ahem. Come on, Tearside. Some things are best left unsaid. I'm making a reasonable inference here. As I said, there were ill feelings towards between Sumeru and me. After Jet was born, I kept asking myself if I could still wholeheartedly carry out the missions Thutmose gave me as I had been doing in the past. Would I still tolerate what Sumeru was doing? In the end, Ufera and I decided to use hitting a bottleneck in our research as an excuse to take Jet away from the desert and away from Thutmose. But Sumeru saw through my weakness. It can't be. A researcher can't unlock the secrets of Olimar. Is worthless to Thutmose, as he even thought that I would give no reason to leave Thutmose once Ufera was gone. Father. What? How do you even sleep at night after witnessing things like that? I do my best. So our encounter with Sumeru was a coincidence? Yes and no. Thutmose will never give up any opportunity to unlock Olimar's secrets. I thought we might encounter them, but I never suspected we would run into Sumeru. It was Fatui too. Paimon wonders what wicked plots they and Sumeru are hatching now. He will stop at nothing to achieve his objectives. That's the kind of person Sumeru is. And what's the goal of this trip, Jabero? My goal? Not Mora, is it? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he was here for the Mora. After all, someone like Berzad is just foolish and rich. I mean, generous is pretty hard to come by. I'm not drunk, you know. I heard it all. Perhaps it was, as Chet said, going to the desert is like returning home, and in the end, I am a grain of sand. I was born here. I shall be buried here as well. Farah and I are a bird and fish, but all Amir's secrets allowed our fates to intertwine. Now you and I, people from different lands, are again here for those very same secrets. I didn't mention all this to you because it was my own selfish dream, and it had nothing to do with Jet. I didn't want to make her bear any burdens she didn't have. Here's Zod. We hold different opinions of LMR, but you are the one who's researched from the Hindi clan. As long as we reach the throne, our destination tomorrow, Kaj Nisut, is where Almar's throne lies. According to the legends of the desert, only the chosen are worthy to kneel before the throne. Times have changed. If I have a chance to look upon the golden slumber as Almar promised, I'll be able to fulfill the lifelong wish that Ufera and I share. To that end, I will do it as we agreed and protect you to the end. Alright. Our side would be weaker by far if it were just Mangler and I. Hey, how could you forget about Paimon? I don't think it can be included in the estimation of our group strength. She's definitely stronger than me, though. Anyway, I have new ways now. Jabril, don't you have revenge on your mind? I know you've repeatedly promised to protect me until the commission is over, but the loss of your wife isn't something you can just laugh off, is it? If we meet again, I think we definitely will. No, I know that they'll be waiting for an ambush for us in our final destination. At that time, what will your priority be? Will you take a safe step to get revenge, or step back to keep us safe? Come on, Tearzai. Stop putting people on the spotlight. It's a very realistic question. It's linked to my survival, so of course I have to pursue an answer. If taking revenge on Sumeru could bring your father back to life, I could deal with it like that. Even if I got him 10 times and 100 times, I wouldn't hesitate at all. But this is a meaningless delusion that even Alamar would pay no attention to. I can only pray she has found peace amidst the endless ocean of sand. A man chained by hatred cannot raise a daughter. That's why I left the sands behind me, so that Jet could get away from these all and those feelings that will not edify her. Father, I didn't know anything. I even said that you did all this because you couldn't forget the desert and the hot winds here. If you hate it here, just leave it right now. Forget Sumeru. To be honest, I want to know about the past. I want to know how you and Mother met each other and fell in love. I want to know what you and Mother have been through, the sweet memories and everything else. But if bringing up these memories will bring you sorrow, then I'd rather not hear about them. Just leave them buried here. I'll stop liking the sand. I'll stop treating this place as home. We've been together since I can remember. Nothing in this world is more important to me than you. So long as you're well, we can be at home anymore. We can't be at home anymore. Wait, you can't leave. Our expedition isn't over yet. But you were so suspicious then for just a while. Things can change. I fully trust your Jabril now. He certainly isn't Sumeru's side, at least he isn't, right? Don't worry, I won't quit halfway. Perhaps the day will come when I'll meet you with the eternal oasis. When that day comes, spring water will look as salt water, joy will watch over the pain, roses will never wither, and feasts will never end. But that day is still very, very far away. Definitely not me now. She knows our mission complete. My sister is unlocking the secrets, protect you until the end. She won't obstruct us, I'll clear them out of your way. As for Ufere, if you have a chance, tell you everything. Time gradually filter the bitter impurities, not go with words. Making like 1,000 beautiful qualities for me to listen and tell you everything I know, my kids and man's father. The song again, oh stars hide where the wasteland always calms me. The song of Pharaoh decided from the text. Oh stars hide where the wasteland, oh nightingales weary from the day. It's time to take off the crown of roses, cleanse yourself with wine made from grapes. I'll take the night watch, you know. Don't stay up. Ooh. We should move, but be wary of the viper. Okay, well, tell me to go that way, but I want to go unlock this thing if I can. Don't really want to unlock the whole mission. I just want to unlock this safe point. Wait, come on. That's it. Ba-ding. And the map. Wow, look at all that. It's a totally new area. Another hole in the ground. And still have to explore to get to that. But look at this new place. So, over the next week, I'll probably explore a little bit. Probably won't have time to stream tomorrow. Let's offer these. Alright. We'll go ahead and put a cut in the video now. I don't think anyone's on this early in the morning. That would be weird. Unless they're from another country. Yeah, nobody else is on. Okay. Have a good one, everybody. See you. Small chance on Sunday, otherwise next week.